Is Carrie Herring on the call?
She was present, but she is no longer with us.
Okay. I think her name is Frick now, isn't it? Yeah. So the first question I have, Mr. Herring, is who helped you prepare this motion?
My wife?
Okay. Is your wife an attorney?
No.
Because she violated the court rules. Okay. And that means
Okay.
you have violated the court rules too.
Okay.
So, and the reason I'm pointing this out is this. Because from what I've read in here, there has to be something done about this. But if you are going to, and I believe me, it's going to get more complicated from here. Okay. And if you are preparing these kind of motions and they're running afoul of the court rules, it might be a time to say, you know what? It may be time to bite the bullet and get an attorney to help you, because it's only going to get more complicated from this point forward. Because from what I read in here, there's some disturbing things. The last custody and parenting time order was the party's judgment of divorce dated May 3rd of 2016. The parties were awarded joint legal custody with physical custody to plaintiff mother. I read these allegations in here. Anything else you want to add to them?
No, sir.
They're disturbing. I will tell you that. The case in Michigan relative to custody is Vodvarka versus Grassmeyer, 259 Michigan Appeal 499, a 2004 case. And what that says is I can't jump back into your business unless I have what's called proper cause or change of circumstances to do so. The allegations you have made include multiple moves, academic issues, financial constraints, CPS involvement. I think you've met the threshold to open this back up. I find the appropriate best interest factors are MCL 722.23B, C, especially D, E, H, all those things. So I can't change custody without a evidentiary hearing. And prior to an evidentiary hearing, I refer these issues to the friend of the court for a complete investigation and recommendation. So I'm going to grant your motion to reopen custody. I don't like doing that, especially with older children. I mean, you got a 15-year-old and an 11-year-old, but some of the things in here are really disturbing to me. I'm not, there's two sides to every story, but still. So I'm going to send it to the friend of the court for an investigation and recommendation on all issues. The fee for that will be your responsibility. You should also make sure that you have a current address with the friend of the court because they don't forward mail. And if I see your ex was here, but is not here anymore. And if you see her, you can tell her that's what I did, and she needs to do the same thing. Like I said, in the future, the court rule is MCR 2.119. That has the motion practice, and you can't include all the things you included like you included them. That's the problem.
Okay.
But I think, like I said, I always tell people that are representing themselves, I give them a lot of credit because I'm an attorney and I've been doing this for a long time. I wouldn't even represent myself. So I give a lot of credit to people, and I know attorneys are expensive, but it's your kids you're talking about here.
Yeah, I can get an attorney. That's not a problem.
It's real important that you follow the guidelines to the hilt, and but you may make that decision after you've met with the friend of the court. You may make it before. But I mean, asking an attorney if you need an attorney is like asking a car salesman if you need a car, right? I'm
Right.
always going to recommend that, but I know everybody's got their own circumstances, but I'm going to grant your motion. I will do the order of reference today, and you are all set with me. And hopefully the friend of the court will get with you in the next 7 to 10 days. Okay.
Okay.
You're all set. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend, and thank your wife for giving you a hand.
Thank you, sir. You too.
You bet.
Bye.
I have read your motion, Mr. Carswell. Did you get a copy of that as well, Ms. Kite?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Okay. Then anything you want to add to that, Mr. Carswell, before we hear from Ms. Kite?
No.
Okay. Ms. Kite, you read Mr. Carswell's motion. What is your response?
I would like to point out that Mohammed has canceled appointments recently with Journey. You could see that in the report, Journey's provided that there was a NA put down for canceled visits, but you could see there was a gap between 9/18 and week of 10/01/25. Also, there was a canceled visit on 10/14/25 for the date of 10/15/25, which was the date the Journey read in the report.
Okay.
Also, well, yeah, I would like to add Mohammed has stopped paying child support. From my understanding, well,
that's not in front of me.
there is a point for this. From my understanding, he lost his job. He's over $17,000 behind. I've never raised child support. I'm not asking much, but the safety and the well-being of my child is more important. My concern is if Mohammed can afford $60 a week to visit his child, how is he going to provide for him for 3 days? That is my concern.
Well, it's all good questions, but obviously one doesn't necessarily have to do with the other. But I will tell you this: I think the Journey's report is I agree with you, Ms. Kite. There is a gap. There are some unanswered questions, but the Journey's report at least gives me some encouragement that perhaps things have gotten better, but we don't know. This motion was originally noticed from 10/10 of 2025. And I've heard a motion, or one's been filed on 5/9 of 2025. The last parenting time order was this court's order of August 21, 2025, or 78 days ago. Not very
Yes.
long. Parenting time, 1 hour per week at Journeys. Defendant pays all the fees. Obviously, if father fails to contact Journeys, then parenting time suspended. And any other times the parties agree. So it looks like Journeys was contacted. What's somewhat interesting to me is that the friend of the court sent out a recommendation on July 23rd of this year with a 21-day objection period, and that ran up on August 13th, and nobody objected to it. Is there a reason for that, Mr. Carswell?
Your Honor, I haven't seen my son in It's been a while, and I just got back into better health, and I just got my own place to be able to provide. Currently, I am transitioning through life, and uh, what I'm what I owe will be paid, and I currently just can't afford to do journeys and feed myself at the same time. It's just not feasible.
Well, isn't Journeys ran out of money for the grant, and they got some more back. So I can do a re-referral for Journeys and have the grant pay some of that money for you.
That will be great, but I was just there Wednesday, and they said once again that all of the funding for 25 is over.
They haven't said that to me. We have a different pot of money. Ours is by the in conjunction with the friend of the court. I'm going to try that first, see if we can't get you some relief in that respect, because I got two things going on. I got, on the one hand, it sounds like you're making positive changes. The Journeys report was positive. But on the other hand, I've got a mother who is concerned, and an order that the concern was enough that the judge put it in an order. So I'm going to do a re-referral to Journeys with the grant in there, and let's see if that helps out a little bit. Okay.
I understand that, Your Honor. Is it possible?
Baby steps here at the start.
Is it possible that we can have a future date to where I'm not going to Journeys?
Oh yeah, I mean, Journeys, let me tell you both this. Journeys is not meant as a permanent solution. It's never meant that way. It's only a temporary solution while things get figured out. Okay. So at some point in time, Journeys is going to end. The question is going to become is what then? And that's why I'm just wondering what the friend of the court was intimating in their latest recommendation. So it may have to go back there. But yeah, it's not, I can't give you a date that it's going to automatically stop. All I can tell you is that it's not a permanent solution. There may be other ways to do this. Some of the other ways are people have agreed to other people in the community that could maybe supervise things. Some people say, okay, let's have parenting time at grandma's, or, you know, in the public with somebody who everybody trusts. There's all kinds of possibilities. But right now, I want to get you back on track at Journeys, and then we'll explore these other options at a later date. Okay.
I understand that. So how would I go about figuring to do something outside of Journeys?
Well, you and Miss Kite can always talk. There's nothing preventing you two from, and if you have issues with one another, it's too bad because you're parents to a wonderful kid. But if you can't, then write letters and say, okay, this is what I'm proposing. I'm proposing we do Journeys for a couple more weeks, and then after that, I can have fill in the blank do the supervised parenting time for a while, and let's see how that goes. I mean, it's a process. That's all I'm telling you is that it's never going to be fast enough for you. I understand, and it's going to be too fast for Miss Kite all the time, and that's where the trade-off gets in. But we do what we can. We hope that we can come up with something, but the parties can talk, because Journeys is not going to last forever. I'm telling you both that way. It's not meant to. It's a gap while people, for whatever reason, if sometimes it's drug rehab, sometimes it's alcohol rehab, sometimes it's transitioning life, getting their stuff together, that kind of thing. And once they've done that, then we need to talk about where it goes from there. So let's work baby steps first, and we will start with a re-referral to Journeys and get you some relief that way. And hopefully you can start the child support going back. I know Miss Kite would be real mindful of that. And let's see where we go. Okay.
Your Honor, she and I, we don't speak to each other. All of her
That's too
information,
bad. Guess what? You're going to have to learn to, aren't you?
her information is confidential. I don't know how to get in contact with her.
Easily. You take a letter and you bring it to the front of the court. They then will forward it to her. That's by law. They have to do that. And then she can do the same as far as to you.
I
So
appreciate it.
there's always ways to do this. Okay. You guys just got to think a little bit more out the box. All right.
Yeah, Your Honor, especially because of where I am at right now in life. I am transitioning to a much better place than I ever was.
You don't have to convince me of this. I see it and I read it. You have to convince Miss Kite of this, and she needs to see it. Trust is a tough thing, and you got to win it back. Okay, but when trust is lost, you have to be given the opportunity to win it back. And if she is being unreasonable and just won't pay any attention to trying to win back that trust, then I intervene. Okay, then I make the decisions. But I think right now we're going to start there. All right.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you both very much.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you.
Have a good weekend.
You as well.
Likewise.
Thank you.
And you sent it to his last known address,
Yes,
and it didn't come back in the mail or anything like that?
it did not.
Okay. And has he acknowledged that that you sent it? Has he responded to you in any way?
No, we have a PPO in place at this time.
Okay, so if he would respond to you, that would probably be a violation of the PPO, right? So I read your motion. The last parenting time order was dated March 9 of this of 2023, which provides it's kind of an interesting rotation that the parties have. It's on week 1, it goes Friday at 5 until Saturday. Week 2, Friday at 5 until Sunday, and then it rotates that way. What I've read in here, I have some questions on, obviously. There's allegations of domestic violence, and I take those very seriously. So was someone charged in that incident? Because I know it didn't involve you versus him. I think it was his present partner, or is that what I'm reading?
It was the three of us.
Okay,
but
all 3 of you.
yeah,
Okay.
but no, because of the circumstances, they tried to press charges towards him, but everything was dropped. So no.
Why was everything dropped?
Well, unfortunately, my camera cut off. It was caught on my Ring camera, and you can't see anything beyond the initial contact that we had.
What's his current parenting time? Does he exercise what this is?
Okay, so I filed a motion back in 23 requesting that we put something in place because we did not have anything,
Right.
and there was no structure. he did not show up to mediation. So the mediator agreed that what we had in place at the time, which was just picking up and dropping off at my home, the weekends worked because there were truancy issues that were brought from the school at the time, because when he got them during the week, he did not take them to school. So the mediator suggested that it was in the best interest for them to only go on the weekends. So
Yeah. So
he,
I appreciate the history lesson. Now fast forward me into today's world. What
Okay.
is his current schedule? I mean, is he abiding by this?
He recently, in the last few months, because he has a new girlfriend, she's holding him to that, and he has been getting them only on the weekend. But I want to clarify this, Your Honor. He is only getting my youngest two. The oldest two, and I pointed that out in my statement, he is
Yeah.
causing so much conflict between them. And it's really unfortunate. So to answer your question, he is only getting the younger two on the weekends.
Okay. And give me some ages here. How
Okay.
old is DDC
16,
and AAC
14,
and DEC
9,
and SJC?
8.
Okay. So you got two teenagers and two,
Yes.
they're not toddlers, but they're young kids.
Elementary.
Okay. And what I guess what you're asking me to do is to suspend his parenting time. Is that what you're asking I do?
Yes.
Okay. See, that becomes problematic. The reason why is this. I'll try and see if I can explain it adequately to you. Before I can suspend someone's parenting time, I have to have what's called clear and convincing evidence that parenting time would be dangerous to the kids. Okay. That's found in Michigan Compiled Law 722.27A3. So I need clear and convincing evidence. And the problem is clear and convincing evidence is evidence that produces, in my mind, a firm belief or conviction as to the truth of all these allegations. And before the only thing I have in front of me at this point are allegations of domestic violence, and those allegations are not supported by any criminal matter. So I'm kind of
I understand.
I'm stuck with that. What I
My-
can do, because I think you have given me enough pursuant to Shade versus Wright, which is the parenting time case that allows me to stick my nose into parenting time, because one of the issues is domestic violence. And by all accounts, it's not that I don't believe you. It's just that when we have to support this stuff, it becomes difficult. So I don't have enough to support suspending his parenting time, but I think I have enough to send it to the friend of the court for them to review parenting time again. That I think I have, and I will. Are you currently working at all, Amber?
yes. Yes.
Okay, where do you work?
Priority Health.
Okay, do you get any, how's his child support going? Is he paying regularly?
No, he just was in contempt of court for it
All
a
right.
few weeks ago.
So I'm gonna send it to the friend of the court for a parenting time investigation, and I'm gonna waive the fees. Okay, so you don't have to pay any fees because I don't like trying to. If he's not paying child support, then I'm not gonna hook those up for you. So we'll take another look at things, and if they think that I need to do something, they'll make a recommendation to me. That's probably the best I can get you today, okay?
I understand. I do have one question. Is this in regard to the text messages he sent my the oldest two as well? He said that they're dead to him.
They're gonna do everything. They're gonna review parenting time for all 4 kids.
Okay.
And you know, there's one thing I got to tell you, and I wish I could fix this. I can't make someone a good parent. Okay, a court could never make you a good mother. You are one already. I can't make him a good father, no matter how much I try. So it's very difficult to do that. But I can, like I said, get you back to the front of the court, and they can explore some of these things.
Okay.
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 Right.
So one last question. I'm sorry. In the meantime, with the PPO, am I still held to the current parenting time arrangement?
There has to be some intermediary or some provision for that. So what you
Okay.
may want to do is, I take it the PPO was in front of Judge Gottlieb.
Yes.
Okay, you may have to file a motion to amend the PPO to somehow figure out how maybe somebody else can help you with the parenting time stuff. Front of the court might also be able to help you.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Wish you the best. I'll do that order today, okay?
Okay. And then what do I do from there? Do I wait for front of the
Yes.
court to reach out to
You
me?
wait for
Okay.
the friend of the court and make sure they have your correct info, address, contact info, and they will get in touch with you.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you bet. Good luck to you, Amber.
Thank you.
You bet.